As you learn about Elixir and Erlang, you will discover that they run on a runtime called the Beam. That stands for Bogdan or Bjorn's Erlang Abstract Machine, depending on who you ask. Bogdan and Bjorn were being two people who worked on it at various points in time. The original language on the Beam was, of course, Erlang, and it was invented by Joe Armstrong, Robert Verdig, and Mike Williams back in Ericsson in the 80s and 90s, and it continues to be maintained by folks at Ericsson and Erlang Solutions and others to this day. The next language you'll hear about on the Beam is, of course, Elixir. These are being given, by the way, in no particular order. Elixir was created by Jose Valim to solve issues he had with scaling Ruby that he couldn't resolve with it of Ruby. And it's something that's very common. You'll hear a lot about it. However, in addition to those two, there are a bunch of other languages. This is not a complete list because, quite frankly, it's hard to come up with. And I'm also excluding languages here like Joxa, which was a Lisp that was created on the Beam that has not been maintained in some years. I think the last commit on GitHub was 6 years ago, so ignore that. But you have a few interesting ones. So first of all, there's LFE, which stands for Lisp Flavored Erlang. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Lisp that runs on the Beam in Erlang. You also have Clojure, which is a Clojure implementation for Erlang. You have LuErl, which is an implementation of Lua for Erlang. If you happen to be a Lua fan, it claims to be a full implementation of Lua that runs on the Beam. I'm not familiar with Lua personally, so I can't say that I've ever used it, but it's out there. If you're interested, you can take a look. We have Alpaca, which is an ML family language, if you like that sort of functional style. There's also PureErl, which is a port of PureScript to the Beam, so you can run strictly typed PureScript style code in the Erlang runtime. You have Fez, which is an implementation of F#. I don't know how complete it is. You have Cuneiform, which is for doing distributed data stuff. I hadn't actually heard of it until I started researching this video, so about it beyond that. There's another favorite of mine is Erlog, which was another Robert Verdig. It was LuErl and LFE, which is an implementation of Prolog that runs in an Erlang process. I think that's really cool. In that I've always liked Prolog, but one of the weaknesses I've always seen it is communicating between Prolog and other stuff. So this basically lets you do all of the framework stuff you'd want to do in Elixir or Erlang or LFE or whatever, and then just do the logic stuff. Prolog, which is kind of cool, because you can use tuples, Erlang tuples as Prolog facts. We'll do a video on that at some point in the future. So those are some of the languages that run on the Beam, and they're all interchangeable. They all basically the same language and use the same data types. Take a look at them, find something interesting. I suspect that you probably don't want to use many of them in production. I don't know how robust all of them are. Some of them are experimental. But I wouldn't say not to. I'm just saying I don't know enough. So anyway, thank you very much. And if you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe below. And you can feel free to reach out to me in comments or on Twitter.